I see a Rachel Zegler story, and for a very fleeting moment, I have a little bit of sympathy for the girl. Oh, she's only 22 years old. Oh, these are a couple of months old interviews. Oh, she'll eventually learn from her situation. Then I realize, no, she's just a leftist piece of garbage, and she gets exactly what she deserves. Okay, she's an adult. She knew exactly what she's doing. If she was somebody who, made some dumb statements, but otherwise is a good person, you would cut her some slack. But she's not, okay? When you're a leftist and you play with fire, guess what? You get burnt. And I would be going harder on her if, I didn't think as little of leftists as I ultimately do. Like, they're terrible, stupid people who can, get hip to the world and learn a couple of things, and maybe come around on your positions. But ultimately, if you're out there pushing for cancel culture like Zegler did in regards to Gina Carano, and then now the world is castigating you for lying about, diminishing, and then attacking the role that got afforded to you, which is one of the most privileged and sought-after roles in all of history. They are taking, I don't want to diminish this. You are taking the movie that made the movie studio, bringing it to a live-action adaptation, and you get that role. You get the titular role, and you're trying to shit on it actively in every single angle possible. I don't get it. It's just the highest level of entitlement, and all of this comeuppance that you're getting, hopefully it humbles you, but also, based on some of your social media replies, you're just going to play the victim card and not learn from this at all, because nobody has ever told you no in your entire life. If I've learned anything in the years that I've been doing this type of content, it's you have empathy for your friends, sympathy for your opponents, and nothing but ruthless aggression against your betrayers. What I'm seeing over the past couple of days makes me sick to my goddamn stomach, and this will just be a little aside. I don't really know if I'm going to make a full-fledged video on it or not. I sent out a couple of tweets on it, and if you're, want to see an even spicier side of what I do, just go over to X or Twitter, whatever the hell it's called, until that place gets shut down because they're making some weird moves behind the scenes. But regardless of that, Fresh and Fit, a channel that I shout out all the time, mostly because I think Myron's probably the best at what he does, but they got demonetized on Friday. As somebody who received a gifted subscription to the channel, I seen it, and I could pull it up if I had Gmail and everything pulled up or something like that. But no, I got a message, and of course a YouTube message, and it's like, oh great, another one, and it lets me know the memberships are paused, and it's like, oh yeah, they got demonetized for what exactly? Have no idea. For what? Trying to improve men's lives, trying to have conversations that ultimately enrich the world, opening the very naive eyes of men everywhere. Yeah, that gets taken down. That gets demonized. Fantastic stuff. And then to see all of these free speech advocates, true conservatives, come out and laugh and mock, deride, and attack Fresh and Fit while they're down like this makes me sick to my fucking stomach. I'm amassing a list. The people who just want to go out there and they want to tell the truth. Oh, we're being attacked all over social media. We need to fight back. The moment that somebody who's actually, more than likely, if you listen to the content, more conservative than you, more of a free speech person than you decide in their moment of weakness to attack them like that, go fuck yourselves, bunch of dirty bastards. Can't fucking stand traitors, man. There is nothing more detestable than that. So I have nothing but disdain and disgust for people like that. Like, I don't like Joe Biden like that, but I can sympathize with having a fucked up son and then needing to cover up his tracks. I understand that. And then for people that I think are generally good people that end up in a bad situation, I have empathy for that. I can understand your situation. And if, you need a helping hand, just reach out 100%. If we're on the right track, we can get through this together. So that's why I think at least a little bit Rachel Zegler's getting so much smoke this time around. So, how Disney's Snow White star Rachel Zegler, 22, went from Hollywood's newest darling to the film industry's most scandal-ridden star. Well, mostly because she hasn't had the opportunity to speak back on this ongoing saga. Mostly because of the writer's strike and the actor's strike. Can't really talk about and promote any film that's upcoming, and even though this would kind of be a defense of her character, it's still all wrapped around Snow White. White. So it's an interesting line to walk, but I'm sure her representation is probably talking with Union and then also Disney at the same time. Can she come out and address some of this stuff and then just trying to stop the house from burning completely to the ground? Can we figure something out here? Because this is a one-sided battle and she is getting her ass kicked like a one-legged man. It's tough to watch. Actually, it's hilarious to watch because she's just unlikable. Rachel Zegler was just a regular high school student when she was cast as Maria in West Side Story through an open casting call and suddenly found herself shot to stardom because she got the dab up from Steven Spielberg, who is basically the kingmaker in Hollywood. If you run everything back far enough, you'll realize that that's the fact. Quickly earning herself a reputation as Hollywood's newest darling until everybody, well, actually nobody's seen West Side Story, and it's like, did we really go with the right one on this one? Oh, Steve said, okay, cool. We'll just go ahead and, give her Snow White, even though it doesn't quite fit. And then also, the prequel to the Hunger Games. Why is she getting all of these big roles? Like, West Side Story was a cataclysmic flop. Oh, right. Spielberg, right. He's great. He's great. Wherever the tides have turned for her after she was cast as in Snow White remake and began slamming the original, animated film during interviews. The 22-year-old actress revealed she hated Disney's original 1937 classic and the Stalker Prince, whose weird storyline won't feature in the new movie. And in fact, if we don't like it, which is code for if I just want to go ahead and say whatever I want to, we can get that role removed from the story. And it's like, oh, fantastic. We'll see how much sway you have when production resumes, in a series of interviews that have sparked anger on social media. She also said the film would be going in a new direction, stating, she's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. Well, how fantastic. You know what? I'm making thumbnails, okay? As a content creator, I hate that. But no, at the same time, I very rarely get to see her legs, and this isn't going to be like a body review or anything like that. But very rarely do you see legs that are just lacking in definition, and normally it's just like 45, 50-year-old secretaries that have legs that are the same diameter from the hip all the way down to the ankles. It's very strange. What a weird phenomenon. Could just be a bad angle, but at the same time, when it rains, it pours. Zegler has been slammed from both sides for both perpetuating woke culture and being a fake feminist. No. She's being a perfect feminist. It's just the critiquer had a very strange opinion as to what it means to be a feminist. She also criticized by haters for playing Snow White as a Latina. Yeah, it makes no sense. Again, you want to see them spurg out in the other direction, just go ahead and continue the beloved tradition of race-swapping characters. Do a live-action Tarzan. I beg you. Both she and Disney addressed the backlash and defended the decision. Additionally, she slammed she slammed her movie, Shazam. Oh, right, she was in that as well. Imagine getting, she was just plucked out of relative obscurity to be cast in a remake of a beloved film, which would continue on, and then in the sequel to a superhero movie, one of the ones that at least, it's DC after all, so it's just kind of the, the dollar store version of, superhero films. The one that people look at and go, oh yeah, the original Shazam, it wasn't all that bad, right? Like, you get cast in the sequel, which was, a cataclysmic flop, by claiming she only took the role because she needed a job. Yeah, just a fucking ungrateful bitch. While she eagerly anticipates the release of her upcoming films, The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, the title needs to be longer. And Snow White, her disparaging comments about the original film may have a negative impact at the box office. You don't say, because this one isn't coming out until March of 2024, likely to be pushed off further into the future. Expert Nick Eady, agrees with the Daily Mail that perhaps Rachel isn't the best person to promote the film. Yeah, exactly. Once that cycle kicks up again, what do you have? The charisma vortex that is Gal Gadot go out there and go, yeah, it's so wonderful that we have Snow White and I will be playing the evil queen, but at the same time, I just will be taking all of your questions, because if we want Rachel out here, we would not want her. We would just tell her, Rachel, no. Every time we do a Rachel Zegler video, need to do a Gal Gadot impression. PR Expert goes on to say how Zegler went from Hollywood darling to getting a reputation for stirring up controversy. Yeah, probably isn't the best thing for promoting her film, so just, actively, chosen to spoil the narrative. Because, again, she was probably the hottest chick in her high school, and everybody just went around and went, oh, you're so smart. Oh, you're so witty. Oh, your jokes are just so funny, Rach. Oh, my, I just can't believe it. You know what? Oh, your voice is so good, you should go to that open casting call. Meanwhile, everybody who's telling her that just wants to chuck her. Like, come on. Rachel Zegler was a high school student from New Jersey before she landed the lead in West Side Story. Yeah, of course, from New Jersey, so already she has a complex where it's not quite New York. It's not quite Connecticut. It's Jersey. But instead of that old gag about girls from Jersey, it's like, where's that smell coming from? For Rachel, it's just her talent. Before finding fame, Rachel, whose mother Gina is Colombian and construction worker father is Polish. Oh, right. Yeah, she's half Polish and half Colombian, so she doesn't even understand or remember how stupid she's coming off. Worked as a part-time wedding singer and was an honor roll student. Well, that's great. The American actress from New Jersey who was cast alongside Ansel Elgort, whatever, as Tony. Not quite Marlon Brando, but close. No. That was Streetcar Named Desire. I don't know. I didn't watch any of these fucking musicals. I ain't gay. Landed the coveted role after submitting a video of herself singing one of the 1957 musical's most well-known songs, I Feel Pretty, in Spanish to producers. Yeah, of course. 1957, though. That 20 additional years is a big difference because, okay, I'd imagine West Side Story was pretty much, or at least as close to a shot-for-shot remake as you were going to get. So, yeah. I guess the cutoff is 60 years. When it's 80 years, it's old and it's not that time anymore. Rachel, 20, was chosen from 30,000 applicants. You can't tell me that there wasn't one more attractive or at least shapely individual. Come on, man. After responding to a casting call on social media for a Latino and Latina actress, couldn't you just shorten that up? Oh no, this predates the whole Latinx gimmick in January of 2018. January of 2019, she learned she scored the part of Maria in the 2021 remake. There's so many numbers here. But first, she was starring as Fiona. Oh, she was in Shrek? The Immaculate Conception High School's production of Shrek. Are you kidding me? Bruh, I didn't even know. The musical that March. Oh boy, played an ogre and, reflects her personality. Oh, there's her AOC dancing allegory. How fantastic. Wait, her father's Polish? Yeah, I don't believe that. I've worked around a lot of Polish people. Don't look like no Polish man to me. The day after her last performance, the then 17-year-old was already at work of her first West Side Story rehearsal. Well, of course, that's going to be pretty goddamn important. Even after 2 months of rehearsing, she was nervous wreck the night before her first day of filming. I texted a friend, I'm going to vomit. Yeah, I don't actually care about any of this stuff. 30,000 people went for the role. I had 9 auditions. No job is worth that, but this one was. Are you kidding me? Bruh, 30,000 people in an open casting call for, again, one of the most coveted roles, one of the most iconic roles in all of film, and you thought that no job is worth this. Oh my god. The entitlement is strong with this one. In August of 2021, Rachel and told Town and Country about her battle with imposter syndrome. Yeah, of course. I felt like I didn't deserve it. Again, just another victim card to play. God, insufferable. Fans are outraged when Zegler wasn't invited to the Oscars. Who? Who was upset by that? That film made $6,800 at the theaters. Like, who the fuck cares? Fans were shocked and disappointed when West Side Story star revealed she wasn't invited to the Oscars, despite being nominated 7 times. No, the film was, mostly because, once again, who was attached to the film. She revealed the shocking fact on Instagram when a fan commented about her potential Oscar night attire. Are you having a laugh, my guy? Can't wait to see what you'll be wearing on Oscar night. To which she responded, I'm not invited, so sweatpants and my boyfriend's flannel. Kind of funny. Not bad. I will root for West Side Story from my couch and am proud about the work that we tirelessly did 3 years ago. Cap. Once again, okay, if that stupid-ass film ended up getting 7 nods and you're the lead in the film, you must be that insufferable that the rest of the cast doesn't want you around. I don't believe that at all for a second. Posted on Instagram a few days later that she tried to go, but it didn't seem to be happening, and that when she would be rooting, from her couch, whatever. I hope the last minute miracle occurs and I can celebrate our film in person. But hey, that's sometimes how it goes, I guess. You could stop right there, and that would be somewhat acceptable. Thanks for all the shock and outrage. I'm disappointed too, but that's okay. So proud of our movie, whatever. Eventually, the Disney team found a loophole and were able to get her to the Oscars as a presenter. Oh, how wonderful and fantastic. I'm sure that you probably weren't working on that in the background as well, because, okay, she wasn't nominated for an award or anything like that, but, oh, okay, cool. You could get her there as a presenter. Well, you didn't want to spoil the surprise, right? Actress slammed movie Shazam! Fury of the Gods, claiming she only did it because she needed a job. Now, Zachary Levi, the Billy Batson in Shazam. I like pronouncing it Shazam, and I know it's Shazam, but whatever. He came out recently, had a couple of very spicy takes about the current state of Hollywood, and I have a general proclivity towards Zachary Levi, as I'm a big fan of Chuck. I got all 5 seasons right over there on Blu-ray. The first 2 or 3 seasons, it's been a minute since I watched them. Fantastic stuff. The series precipitously falls off afterwards when they started to have weekly guest stars and stuff like that, just like The Simpsons. Whenever they started to do that stuff, that's when the quality dropped off a cliff. But no, he said that Hollywood just produces a whole bunch of crap, but he didn't dunk on his own productions, as bad as Shazam 2 was. Like, he didn't say that at all. But Rachel over here just going like, oh yeah, that's a very good thing to say. Everything that I'm in is shit. What the fuck are you talking about, you little brainlet? And again, all of this stuff happened before the Snow White stuff. You think, okay, inquiring minds would assume that she would learn from these mistakes. Everybody looking at her and go, bro, just, hey, we tried our best, hey, it didn't end up panning out. Shit sucks, yo. We'll be moving on to different projects. It was great. Everybody was fantastic behind the scenes. All the fucking glad handing that you do in Hollywood. Blah, 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 blah. Who gives a fuck? But no. She's out here, keeping it 100 with, 2 credits under her belt with so many other A-list bookings where she has minimal talent. It makes 0 sense, again, unless you understand who she got green-lighted from. Snow White wasn't the first time that Zegler slammed a film she was in. While talking to the Hollywood Reporter at the premiere of Shazam, the star got honest about how she ended up joining the DC universe. Well, the dying DC universe. One of those multiverses that ended up getting clipped. No, it's an Elseworlds. The entire Snyderverse is now an Elseworlds story. She said she needed a job before adding, I'm being so serious. What a bitch, man. Like, okay, for as much shit when I talk about Game of Thrones as I give Emilia Clarke, I think that she has 0 talent. She continuously takes jobs that she is ill-suited for. She is a franchise killer. Game of Thrones, Terminator, she was in, Genesis, right? I know it's Genesis, but at the same time, we're in a funny feeling mood when discussing movie and franchise titles. Killed off Terminator and then also did the exact same thing to, the Marvel Cinematic Universe when she was playing Gaia or something. I think that's the name of the character that she had in the Secret Invasion, where everybody's seen the picture of her with the fucking Drax arm off to the side, and it's like, she instantly, overnight, little 5-foot fuck all Emilia Clarke becomes the most powerful creature in the entirety of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah, no, that's reality. Okay. She's supposed to be the most fearsome character that's in there, and it's like, oh, okay, you'll wonder why Marvel is in the current state that it's in. Looking forward to the Marvels, by the way. Well, actually, unironically, I am for different reasons than to actually see it perform at the box office. But no, going back to Emilia Clarke, you know what? Hey, man, for every time that you see her out of character, I hate the character of Daenerys. It is so fucking insufferable. Every time that Game of Thrones was getting good, they'd cut over to Essos, and it just killed the pacing of the show. It was totally fucking unnecessary, and I was so happy when she died in the end of the show. And whenever there was an episode where there was no Daenerys in it, it was an infinitely better show. But no, man, like her interviews, she seems like a very nice lady. I'm sure she's wonderful, has 0 fucking talent and shouldn't be anywhere near a camera. But her roles, much more suited to romantic comedies. But she continues to get offered up these action roles, these girl boss action roles where she has 0 intimidation factor or screen presence. Like, you dug your own grave, kind of like what Zegler's doing. But to the contrary of what Rachel does on every interview, she's at least cordial. Okay, there's the viral clip that was going around in promotion of Game of Thrones season 8. Like, what do you have to say about it? Best season ever. Everybody could read between the lines. but she also took the role seriously, mostly because it took up, a decade of her life. I understand. But for all of the shit that she's done, like, she's never taken shots at it. So I do appreciate her for that. I would just like to never see her around anything that I like in the future. And like with Zegler. So again, we can just go ahead and weave all of that stuff back in. The reality is we're in the middle of a pandemic and I was not working and I couldn't get a job. Well, no, but I thought that you were like really talented and, definitely deserved the job, even though going for all of those interviews was much more than you thought that you needed to do. Interesting. Because West Side Story hadn't come out yet. She confessed. It was really hard to book work for me. Yeah, you're 18 years old. Exactly. And you have middling looks. Better have soft hands, sweetheart. It's the show business. Unfortunately, the film bombed at the box office. Unfortunately or predictably? Like, it was a go-nowhere film with a terrible script. I have no strange thoughts as to why that one died. It was slammed by critics with a 49% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is the worst way to assess the quality of a film, but okay. However, Zegler did a 180 and defended the film on social media. Exactly, because then she can just get easy attention and have easy victim status to play over there. Some people out there were just being senselessly mean. Why are you being so mean? It was unnecessary, and I know I can handle the heat and all that nonsense, and you're right. And our film is actually very good. It wasn't. I've heard reviews and listened to reviews about it, and it just sounded like an absolute fucking dumpster fire. Like, okay, for as unintimidating as Rachel Zegler is as a superhero, your main antagonist was Helen, 85-year-old fucking Mirren. Okay, terrible casting, bro. But hey, she just needed a job. Don't take it so seriously next time. Zegler faced hate for being cast as Snow White as a Latina actress. Yeah, exactly. The fucking hint is in the name. Snow White! Okay. Supposed to be white. You're not white. Go in whiteface, for fuck's sakes, okay? If you're the best talent that's there, Cap, make yourself look like the character. You don't look like the character. If you're gonna go ahead and change the plot of the film, fucking make a different film. Again, all of the people that say, oh no, they're really good, just X-actor, X-actress, okay? No, they're really talented. They just get really bad roles, okay? If they had better material to work with. It's like, stop taking shitty roles that you are ill-suited for, and then people will stop hating on your fucking decisions. It's pretty simple. It's like me. I know I would be terrible if I worked in the food industry. That's why I've never worked in the food industry. If I got an offer to go, I don't know, be a server or something like that, I'd probably last maybe half of a shift because I can barely stand people and the shitty food decisions that they make. Okay, I wouldn't say that the place that hired me, oh my god, it was so terrible, I would just be so much better. No. I was ill-suited for the job. So yeah, man, unless you're just this incredible talent, what immediately jumps to mind as an allegory is Idris Elba potentially being cast as James Bond. I think that one's finally been shelved. But no. That's one of those things where you could kind of plug your nose, even though I'm totally against it, by the way. You could kind of plug your nose and go, I think he's like really good. He's really suave. He fits all of the characteristics except for, James Bond has a very distinct description. Kind of like Snow White. She's Latina. Half Latina. Doesn't work. It's not going to work. It's going to be a train wreck. We already know this. But yeah, faced hate for being cast in a role that she didn't deserve. The New Jersey native slammed the original Snow White and said it was weird the prince stalked the iconic princess. And yeah, she's not going to be saved by the prince. God, she's fucking atrocious. It's like Gal Gadot saying the exact same shit, but then at the same time, the way that she says it in interviews isn't so condescending and awful. That's why she can get away with it. Again, you're around all of these hyper-talented individuals. Steven Spielberg, Zachary Levi, okay? Every handler over at Disney, they're probably a little bit too amorous with you. And then Warner Brothers with stupid Hunger Games. Like, you're around really talented people, and you can't pick up on the little nuances. Like, you're dumb. Like, just actually dumb. But yeah, ain't nobody getting cooked right now quite like Rachel Zegler. It's such a strange phenomenon, okay? These are old interviews, but they're coming up now, mostly because, Hollywood's dead on the vine, waiting for some sort of movement in the writer strike, where this candid photo is taken. She's got those crazy wide eyes, and I don't know what zoomer shit is in the water, but why is the bridge of the nose just getting so wide, and these little beady eyes are starting to manifest on the side of the head like big mouth bass? I don't know what's going on. Like, moms didn't look like that, dads didn't look like that. Maybe it's just the natural human adaptation to being around so many predators at Disney for so long. But yeah, man, she is getting roasted, and she's probably looking for an opportunity, and she's, yeah, just taking these little snide remarks on social media. I wish everybody was kind, and then everybody goes back into her history, and it's like, oh yeah, like you were back in the cut. Yeah, not exactly working out well for you. So yeah, until she has an opportunity to speak up for herself, she is going to be continued to be drug over the coals. Maybe not justifiably so, but at the same time, yeah, shit's hilarious. Like I said, you know, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. The only person that I'm seeing is taking a bigger beating, and this is just kind of a little bit of a bonus thing. Just like I couldn't make the Fresh and Fit stuff into its own video, I gotta do a follow-up on this because this shit right now is so fucking funny, bro. The Logan Paul, Dillon Danis, Nina Agdal shit, the best thing on the internet right now. I was howling. There is so much shit on this fucking timeline that is fucking hilarious. I implore you, if you are a fan of comedy, go check this stuff out. If you just even have a modicum of RP awareness and just love to see a train wreck, bro, please. I cannot agree with this meme more. Dillon ending Logan's career by just posting publicly available pictures of his bitch out there, just a fucking thoughting it up across the world, bro. Wakes up in the morning, good morning, Vanity Fair, 4 squares, her macking on 2 random ass dudes. It makes sense, yeah. And then just also dunking on Logan Paul's very natural, like, he fucking works for the WWE, so of course he knows how to fucking scalp a drug test. So yeah, obviously he needs to go ahead and have additional specific types of drug tests heading into the fight that may or may not end up happening in October, but I wish him nothing but the best. And then posting other videos, which, oh my god, like, okay, what is this one saying right here? Because this lady's wilding out here. Okay, so we got what? Go back, run it. Just stop it, Nina. What's this one? Okay, we don't want to fuck you anymore. Oh my god, no.
Don't come up with bull reasons. Like, if you're just like, I don't want to fuck you anymore, say that.
Oh shit, no, exactly. What's that other old meme, which I'm so confused as to why Dillon hasn't had it worked in here yet, but you just show me an attractive girl and I'll find you, well, and in Nina's case, 350 different dudes who just are tired of fucking her. And then, yeah, of course, naked problems. Okay, oh my god, just again, every single video that gets posted, every little clip that's out there is just her talking about sex, her talking about, you know, oh, that one right there? Yeah, it's just, okay, how do you get attention on social media? Pop out a nipple. Yeah, great, that's definitely wife material. And this one had me fucking rolling, bro. Her kissing a globe saying accurate. Oh dude, that's life ruining. And please, there's copyright, her copyright claimed music underneath that one. Fuck you, you hoe, don't want you back. It's just a roll of every picture that Dillon has put up recently in a 2-minute 20 long video. That's how long he's got material, and he's got more material that's out there, including posting this one first thing in the morning. It's like, bro, I understand that's a photo shoot, okay, you can kind of get around it, but then at the same time, do you really want your main chick doing anything thoughty like that? Have some mercy, let my man sleep, because we already know she's out here throwing it around, except for the Logan on the first couple of nights that they were together. Holy, that's just terrible, bro. Like, she's out there saying that what's the only thing better than dessert? Sex. It's like, if she's not fucking on the first night, bro, you ain't it. She is looking at you like the fucking bag that you most certainly are. And then, oh my god, not Ariel Hawani. Oh my god, just fucking atrocious. And yeah, the Cuck Defense Squad rolling up. It's like, Adam 22, if he's got your back, well, he's probably, you know, just helping you out, you know, fluffing up the front at the same time. So it's like, if that's the only guy coming to your defense, you know, it's absolutely, it's despicable situation. And he's also telling you that he's got that picture. He's got that one picture. If I drop this picture, it would end the fight, end his engagement, might even find myself in jail. Yeah, I'll text the picture to Aiden Ross. He's apparently doing what, an interview with Aiden. Okay, so I can let you guys see his reaction when he does the video. And yeah, apparently other people have seen the video, seen the picture as well, including Tate. Yeah, I was trying very hard not to get involved in this, and I'm still staying out of it. But I opened up my Twitter inbox and the message from Dillon, and he's really not lying. I just want to know, guys. And once again, oh, we'll bring this full circle. Yay! I wasn't even thinking about this, but shout out to Fresh, man. Okay, think about this. Length or girth? You know exactly. That's what's going to be in that picture when Dillon decides to get the courage to drop it. Oh, it's going to be atrocious. As a man of God and somebody who doesn't necessarily like to look at pornography, I'll make an exception that one time. just for the laughs because this shit is fucking hilarious. I cannot endorse this entire stream of consciousness this guy's had over like for a week at this point in time, just roasting Logan Paul, showing you why you should not, cannot, will not wife up a 304 is the best. It is absolutely the best content on the internet right now. Big ups to Dillon. Cannot recommend it highly enough. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.